If anybody could see me, I'm Ivan Vargas. I'm having a little technical difficulties with my computer. It's a bit frustrating behind the scenes here. But welcome to the Monday Night Football Show, Giants and Chiefs. I'm not going to be particularly happy about this one. I really feel like it might be a blowout on the Chiefs side. But then again, you watch how that Chiefs defense handled themselves last week against the Tennessee Titans, and you give yourself a little bit of room if you're a Giants fan to start believing in maybe sneaking a victory away from the Kansas City Chiefs tonight. But in my opinion, I'm going to go ahead and stand firmly with the Kansas City Chiefs on this. The offense is just it's a little much for the Giants, and the Giants are hurting right now with a couple guys out. The Kansas City Chiefs are pretty much good to go as far as majority of the guys that were hurt for them. Anthony Hitchens won't be a part of that group. Neither will Kalen Saunders. Both will be out for today's game. For the Giants, Saquon Barkley, Kenny Galladay. You have a couple guys, Lorenzo Carter, Nate Ember. Those guys will probably be questionable to out. I know Saquon and Kenny Galladay will be out for sure, but the other two will probably be game time decisions, or they already made a decision for them to be out. But, as far as the play on the field, last week for Kansas City, a disappointment. The New York Giants ended up sneaking a win away from the Carolina Panthers. They're not really sneaking away. They pretty much took it. It was probably the best win for the New York Giants all season, in a season that hasn't been particularly favorable to them. Saquon down, Kenny Galladay having issues with Daniel Jones, the offense fluttering, Joe Judge being questioned, his coaching being questioned. There's a lot with that New York Giants team to not like, but for me, you come in today, you're going up against, like I said, you're going up against a wounded Kansas City Chiefs defense, to where I feel like if you could find some type of stability within that passing game, if Daniel Jones doesn't turn the ball over, maybe uses his legs a little bit more, maybe you make it a closer game than what I think it's going to be. But as far as the Giants, you have playmakers on that Kansas City Chiefs side. Your defense needs to play disciplined. You can't have guys beat you over the top. Otherwise, it's going to be a long night for you in that offense. The offense, I would imagine them for the New York Giants, I feel like short passes and passes over the middle, using the tight ends, using the running backs out in the flat is going to be the game plan. As far as running the football, I imagine you're going to try it without Saquon, but, losing a guy like that, if you're in New York, it's tough. I know they've been without him all season last year, and this year has been kind of a bumpy road for him. The number 2 running back is Devontae Booker, but number 2 in total yardage running as far as running is concerned is Daniel Jones. So, Daniel Jones is number 1 in yards. I apologize. As far as running backs are concerned, Devontae Booker is number 2. Daniel Jones is number 1 overall yardage, just because, Saquon's been out. Daniel Jones is athletic enough to use his legs and get out of the pocket. I'd imagine that be a part of the game plan tonight, trying to take advantage of, like I said, a beat up Kansas City Chiefs defense. As far as the Chiefs are concerned, they still got that dude. They still have Pat Mahomes. The defense, like I said, we keep pointing to that because you saw how badly they were beaten last week. As long as this offense could, just establish themselves, protect Pat Mahomes. The offensive line has been looking pretty shaky this season. Protect Pat Mahomes. Give him time in the pocket to work. Let him find his playmakers. And, I don't know whether it's the defense is catching up to the Kansas City Chiefs, or if it's maybe the Kansas City Chiefs kind of becoming human in a sense. The speed isn't all there. They're not really blowing people away. They're not running past guys. Tyreek Hill's been relatively quiet for Tyreek Hill up to this point in the season. And, even for Pat Mahomes, he's had his struggles this year. Pat Mahomes is sitting, let me get these if it ever loads. Pat Mahomes is sitting at 18 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. That's not good. Over 2,000 yards. He got a 67.5 completion percentage. He's hit a long of 75, so they did have a big play. His rating is 97.9. But again, sacked 14 times. That's pretty high for Pat Mahomes. So, getting him out of the pocket, getting him running sideline to sideline like the Titans did last week, like the Bucs did in the Super Bowl, That's going to be the key for the Giants. But I feel like keeping Pat Mahomes upright for the Kansas City Chiefs is pretty much what you need to do in order to get this victory tonight. I don't put a lot of hope in New York just because if your offense can't score, if you're struggling on offense and this defense of the Chiefs figures something out, figures a way to stop you passing the ball, because I feel like you're going to be a little bit more one-dimensional anyway. Let's say they go ahead and attack Daniel Jones. They're pretty much saying, go ahead and run on us. Well, saw what the Titans did last week, so you don't want to do too much of that. But getting to Daniel Jones, hitting Daniel Jones, letting him be flushed out of the pocket without allowing him to go ahead and get big chunk yards on you in the run game is going to be key for the Chiefs. I'm going to go ahead and take Kansas City in this. I just think the offense is going to be too much for the New York Giants. I don't think if the Giants get down early, let's say they get down 10 points early, I just don't think they have enough to come back, especially against offense like this. But if that defense is able to, flush Pat Mahomes out of the pocket like the Titans did, like the Bucs did in the Super Bowl, then you give yourself a shot. You saw the struggles he had last week, like I mentioned. Try to put hands on Pat Mahomes. Try to get him moving horizontally as opposed to vertically. Get hands on him. That's going to be the key for the New York Giants. But like I said, I'm going to go with the Chiefs 32-20. I just think it's going to be too much for them. And I think I'm being very generous when I say 20 for the New York Giants. I really think it's going to be 17. But I'll say 20, 32-20, Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to take the victory tonight on Monday Night Football. I'm Ivan Vargas. You guys have been watching the Monday Night Football show. I'll be back at halftime for of Giants and Chiefs, talking about what's going on there. No Sean and Maya this morning. Sean had a funeral to attend. We wish him all the best. But we'll be back on Wednesday. Tomorrow we'll be checking out my new show, What Happened, which is just Bears review. So check that out tomorrow. It'll be coming out around noonish Central Time. But anyway, guys, I'll see you at the half. Peace.